Hi, Collective. It's Intuitive Pisces Moon, and I just have a general reading for you today. I did pull out some spirit messages as well as I have the Angels and Ancestors Oracle and the Star Seed Oracle, and then just some tarot. So I want to see what's coming out today. We will get some messages from Spirit and your guardians and angels, ancestors, etc. So we're going to start with this deck. This is the Starseed deck. So I hope everyone is doing well today. All right. So the first one that we have is lifting the veil, questioning everything. Anything unaligned must go. All right. Okay, and the next one is called Soul Gifts and Training. It's time to step up. All right, and then we have karmic relationships, Orion energy, polarity, soul growth, and conflict. We have earthed, learning how to be human in the world, but not of it. And let's get one more. And we'll use those to base the reading today. We have Star Brothers, Horus energy, protection, loyalty, safety, and trust. All right, very nice. So let's see, bottom of the deck is double mission. Lightworker, star seeds, serve the world by being you. Okay. I'm just going to push these up a little bit so that we have room for more. Okay. So I am going to go ahead and read. This one is lifting the veil. And then once we read, we will get more cards. Okay. So this is about questioning everything. Anything unaligned must go. Things aren't always as they seem. This era is one of uncovering mistruths so that we can remember ancient truths. Everything is in a state of recall and realignment. Anything that isn't in harmony with the planet will not survive. This goes for society and the world at large, as well as in our own lives. If you pull this card, you're being called to energetically scan your life for things that may no longer be a vibrational match for those who are and how you've grown. To dismantle the systems and ways of being that once served you and others but no longer do. Some star seeds are here to lift the veil between the seen and the unseen worlds, to shine a light on things that are inauthentic or unaligned with the survival and well-being of Earth, to stand for and protect those who don't have a voice, to look deeper and question everything that previous generations did not. Some star seeds cannot tolerate things that aren't congruent. They're here to bring society and humanity back into harmony with the planet and the Creator at large. If we tolerate things in our life that aren't aligned and congruent with it, we add to the misalignment of the planet. You're being called to trust yourself. Notice what's out of alignment and then take the baby steps required to bring it back into harmony. This is no easy feat, but it's so worthwhile, both individually and for the planet. Okay. Great message there. It's really interesting. I don't know how many of you out there relate to that. With this card, she actually is, it looks like literally removing the veil. Now, this is not something in our three-dimensional world that we can see. Some of us are more sensitive to energy and may feel it. Now, I have actually seen this veil in meditation. And it is like a a curtain, kind of like they're showing here. And once you remove it, you can see beyond the veil. Okay. And then for me, I had an interesting experiencing where it was really, really, really foggy here for like a week or more straight. And I mean, it just was dense fog. And that's not typical. Normally, if fog shows up, it kind of goes away within a day or less than a day, even. It doesn't hang around for a whole week. It's kind of a interesting experience. But, anyways, when I went into meditation, that fog very much felt like the veil. And I related it to that. And so I went in and energetically moved the veil so that I could see what was going on the other side. And a lot of stuff came to me in that, again, so meditation brings answers. They say that. So what this is saying is that there might be some things that you aren't seeing because it might be beyond the veil. And so your job is to figure out what may be false and what may be real in your life, what may stay and what must go. Okay. So you can do a meditation exercise where if you're meditating, you don't see anything, tell yourself that you're literally just going to move the curtain or move the veil and see beyond what's back there. Because again, if you look at this, it's kind of like a cloudy curtain, and then once you open it, you see kind of paradise back there. So it might be an exercise for somebody to try, just to see what may be hidden from you. All right, let's get some tarot on this row and see where we're going. What else we have to go with this lifting the veil? Okay, so we have the Emperor, and we have the Five of Cups. So Emperor, strong masculine energy, could be a father, strong fatherly, authoritative energy. This could be energy within the collective. Okay, if you're a strong masculine energy, could also be a friend, a family member, a whatever. Now, Five of Cups is about crying over what you are losing and not seeing what's left. So some of you, as you reveal what's beyond that veil, may see that there is sort of like a paradise going on, but you may, excuse me, be in somewhat of like a fear-based mentality where you're still crying over what you have to give up in order to receive what's coming to you. So just take that as it resonates, because everybody's situation is going to be different. I can also see somebody crying over losing an emperor, or an emperor crying over losing somebody or something. All right, too many cards came out, but we got Justice. All right. So some situation in the past was unfair, unjust, and this is saying that justice is being served, it's being handled, you don't have to worry. Okay. So on top of that, I'd like to get messages from your angels and ancestors. So let's see what they have to say for this pile. All right, angels and ancestors, what do you have for this pile on lifting the veil? Okay, we have Knight. Be brave and honest. All right. Let's read on that. Yes, it might take bravery and honesty to do this work. And again, that might go back to that fear mentality. Sometimes we have to move forward even if we are scared, knowing that it's the right thing to do. All right. So it says, do the right thing even if it isn't the easiest option. Stand for what you know to be right and true. The knight is a knight in shining armor, dedicated to the crown that his sword defends. In this sense, he is a protector of the Holy Grail and therefore of your spiritual growth and expansion. He represents the warrior in you. Whether you are male or female, that energy is within you. His sword and armor show he is courageous and strong. But if you look closely, you will see that he has a tear running down his face, showing his willingness to be vulnerable and his love for what he protects. Okay? So going back to that emperor energy, that could be a father, protecting your children. So again, if we're going to go down that scenario here with the children, maybe you've been in some sort of custody battle or something like that, and this is saying that things are going to work out, okay, because justice is here. The energy of respect is important right now. You are being encouraged to figure out what is important to you and what you stand for. If you are in a space where there's opposition, you are being guided to follow through with integrity, because even if it seems this will slow your progress, your rewards will be much more abundant. You are being surrounded by a light of bravery to help you. This card also brings justice. Oh my God, I love that because justice is right here. Oof, I love it when that happens. If you are longing for justice, please know that the universal energies are working to bring everything back in order and that you don't need to force anything through with your will. If you have made any mistakes recently, it's important to take ownership of them so that you can align yourself with improving the situation. If you are feeling the need to defend your spiritual path at this time, back down and let it protect you. Okay. Very good there. Holy cow. So, excuse me, going back to that veil, you know, it's just one of those things that, being that justice is here, this could be that someone tried to hide something from you, okay? And that's kind of what I'm getting with the sadness and the justice, is that there could have been a person in your life, and maybe even a father figure, that tried to, what is that saying, pull the wool over your eyes? Well, that's basically like the fogginess of the veil. Somebody out there may have been in a situation where they were fooled by something, okay? Maybe what they thought they were seeing was not that at all. And now that they've seen what's on the other side of the veil, they're just crying over it. You have two pictures here with people crying. Okay, this horse is crying, this knight is crying. All right. But what's beyond the veil is a literal paradise. So we have to let go of the thought of whatever it is that we're having to leave behind to move forward is so much better. Okay? So that's what I have for you there. Let's see if we can get a spirit message in that pile, and we'll see where we can go from there. All right, Spirit, what messages do you have for this pile here? Have more faith in yourself. Be proud of how you are navigating every curveball that life throws at you. How you deal with those times shows your true inner resilience. Nothing can break that. That in itself is an inspiration for others. Keep shining your light. Yes, I think that is beautiful energy. All right, very good. So let's get to the next one. The next one we have is called, so soul gifts and training. It's time to step up. All right. You came to Earth with a double mission: to grow as a soul and to bring about a shift in consciousness. The best way to fulfill these personal and collective purposes is to trust what it is that your soul is calling you toward, for it's encoded with the most direct path forward. Your soul has many unique gifts that it came here to share. Some some of you may already be aware of it, others are just beginning to uncover it. You're being called to remember that your soul intelligently chose the perfect conditions to carry out your soul's mission and share your soul's gifts. If you're being called toward a creative project, a passion, or an adventure, this card is your confirmation that you're facing the right way and that this moment right here is destined. If you're feeling underprepared or thinking, who am I to do that? This card is guiding you to step up and leap and consider perhaps that your soul has been training for this moment right here for lifetimes. Okay. Now, there is a kind of a prayer that you can say with this. So you can say, I call forth the soul gifts and soul training that I've received throughout all of my lifetimes. I'm ready to embody them all now without hesitation or fear. I fully commit to being here now. I'm ready to step into my soul's highest and most potent calling. I've been training for this for lifetimes. Okay. And that's probably very true. I chose the Starseed deck today because I'm assuming that a lot who are watching here are star seeds, in which case you probably have been here for many lifetimes. And so this is part of our mission. Okay. All right, let's get some tarot on this pile. And the other thing I wanted to say with the path and how they say that you're already facing in the right direction and that it's, easier. Now, let's just say that some of these people who are kind of crying about what they've left behind, I am guessing, and again, this is intuitive guessing, if we want to call it that when you go down a path that is not meant for you, it can be a harder path. And some people think that by digging and scraping and climbing the corporate ladder and all that stuff is getting them to a higher place because they're putting all that hard work in. But the problem is if it's the wrong path, you're just doing all that hard work for nothing because it may not amount to anything. Okay? And so I feel like that's one of the things with the generations before you, that they've always, had the notion that you must work hard to get what you have. But when we're in the flow of the universe and we are on our correct path, it isn't like that at all. Yes, you do have to do the work, put it in and get to where you need to go, but it's not nearly as difficult. It's kind of like an effortless flow with the universe. And it's much easier to get from A to B with this than it is here. So I just wanted to throw that out there as well too. And that could be what some of the things that people are crying over is, hey, I worked so hard to get where I am. I don't want to leave this behind now. And it's like, well, okay, this path isn't meant for you. And it was a difficult path. And if you now switch lanes and go this new way, you're going to find that things come to you much, much easier. Okay. So we got the Six of Cups. That's about childhood memories, just kind of happy childhood memories. And it's also could be connecting with someone from your past, it could be childlike mentality, not in that you're immature, but just like the playfulness of it. So nothing wrong with that. It kind of reminds you of being happy. All right, we have the King of Swords. So this may mean that we're having to go forth with a strong mind, with our wit, and then we have strength. So this is also a softness. So in the standard tarot, it is a lady who is, I'm trying to think of the word. She's tamed the lion. There we go. And she's done it not with force, but with love and softness. Okay, so she went up to the lion, she showed it love, and the lion reciprocated. So it is going forth with kind of a balance of your softness and your intelligence. Okay, very nice. Let's see what we have here for angels and ancestors for this pile. Okay. We have protection guardian. Drop your shields. I'm seeing that too as your guard. Maybe some of us have been hurt in the past. We have our guards up, our walls up, and that could be a King of Swords situation. But we're being called to go back to that childlike wonder where we didn't have any guards up. We just were happy and go lucky. I don't know why go lucky came out, but and again, approach things with softness. You get more with honey than you do with vinegar. That's how I'm reading that. Okay. All right, protection guardian. So drop your shields. Drop any shields of shame, resistance, and fear that are standing between you and your chances of enjoyment and fun. Oh, wow. Know that you don't need to hide who you are or the gifts that you have. You were born to shine. All right. And see, I love that that's on top of the Six of Cups because, again, childlike wonder. If you think about how you felt as a child, everything was fresh and new. You didn't have any jaded perspectives on things. You didn't have your guards up or your shields up. You just kind of approached things with the childlike wonder. The protection guardian is a feminine version of Archangel Michael. She is fierce, protective, yet loving warrior who carries an indestructible shield of power and protection and will come to all who call on her. She will help you drop your fear-based shields and move into a loving, protective force field that will keep you safe but will allow your gifts to shine out. Although she is here to guard you from lower energies, she is completely relaxed, serene, and confident because she trusts that love will always prevail. Okay? So again, that goes back to the strength card with the softness, you know? You may have encountered shame or embarrassment in your past, but that is not your present. Angels are drawing close at this time to help you move beyond any limiting thoughts, emotions, and patterns that may be making you feel unsafe. Know that angelic protection is swirling around you at this moment and will help you move forward in a more fearless way. Call on your guides for help in changing your frequency so that you can feel safe and protected at this time. You are stronger than you think, and your angels and ancestor guides are here to help you realize this now. Okay, very nice. Let's see if we can get a spirit message for this pile. Let go of the old and make way for the new. You may find yourself being distracted by random thoughts, fears, or doubts. Don't allow yourself to be governed by them. Simply observe and choose to take aligned actions and choices. All right. Very nice. So let's jump over to the next one, which is karmic relationships. Okay. So this is Orion energy, polarity, soul growth, and conflict. The constellation Orion is thought by many to have been a place of great polarity and eventual unity. Some believe that many star seeds who were part of the cosmic history are incarnate on Earth now and are playing out karmic relationships from Orion times. Perhaps you're one of them. Polarity causes conflict and highlights separation. However, because of this, conflict can also result in unity and growth. Too many misunderstandings are caused when we don't open our hearts and mind when we see things from a different point of view. When we go into reactive second guessing mode instead of gathering the courage to open our heart, we should admit that we may have reacted because of our own woundings and then find mutual ground. We're all innocent children looking to be seen, understood, and cherished. It's much harder to grow closer through conflict than it is to grow further apart. And yet, that's the invitation of conflict. It's easy to react and take things personally. It's more challenging to see the innocence of all involved and find a way to grow closer through the conflict. It's through relationships that we grow the most. How can you soften your heart and drop your defenses enough to see things from a different point of view? How can you see the innocence of all involved? How can you learn to see the similarities rather than the differences? Which relationships do you find the most challenging? How can you see things from a different perspective? And how are you being called to allow growth through the conflict? Okay, so let's talk about karmic relationships really quick. Now, karmic relationships don't have to be romantic. They can be a friend, a family, a sibling, a child, a father, a mother. It could be anybody in your life can be a karmic relationship to you. What they typically do is they mirror to you your woundings, which can cause conflict. Okay. It's like that's their sole job is you get together, you signed up to be together, whether again, whatever the relationship is, and you mirror to each other your wounding. And it calls you to heal it because now you see some sort of wounding in the other person, but all they are doing is mirroring it back to you. So your job with a karmic relationship is to heal your wounding because it's being mirrored back to you. Okay. Now, some people don't know that. Some people don't ever see the mirroring and whatnot, but that's basically the premise of a karmic relationship. And a lot of times, we have contracts that we are here to fulfill with them. Sometimes they're in our lives for a short time and sometimes a long time. And I think a lot of it really does depend on how quickly you heal from what's being mirrored to you. Okay. All right, let's get some tarot on this row. All right, what do we have to go along with the karmic relationships? We have death. Okay. So endings equal new beginnings. So that could be you realizing, what relationships in your life need to go, which ones can stay. It does signify endings. So again, if it is a romantic relationship, maybe you're considering ending one of those. If it is a friendship, you're kind of seeing the mirroring that's being done back to you and you've healed past it. And now that person is no longer mirroring. They're just being that wounded person. And you see it now because you've healed past that. So, I mean, there's many situations here that could go along with this. Ooh. All right. We have the Two of Pentacles, which signifies balance, or it could be juggling as well. So that could go a couple of different ways. I'm seeing it more from a balance standpoint. There's a possibility that someone has left you unbalanced and you're going back and finding that balance again. Okay. Let's see. Let's get one more. And we have the Ace of Swords. Yep. That's the truth. You are getting truth and clarity on something. So, again, I am seeing, going back to any karmic relationships that you have in your life, wherever they may be, with whomever they may be, we are seeing endings and new beginnings. You are finding balance within yourself and gaining truth and clarity over these matters. So, whatever it is that's happened in the past, you're now understanding more what's going on with them and maybe even ending them because you know that it's going to bring new beginnings. Okay, let's get angels and ancestors on this pile. So, what do we have for this karmic relationships pile? We have Magic Guardian. Unlock the magic within. Okay. Stop looking outside yourself and recognize that you have incredible power within. Magic is the energy of the universe that allows you to manifest and create through the direction of power of your will. It changes according to your frequency. The Magic Guardian is a representation of the angel of magic who helps you direct your will to bring something into creation. She is the angel who swirls around shamans and wise ones when they are calling on the energy of magic to help them manifest something that will be healing and supportive of their path. She is the angel of all magic that is directed for the highest good of whoever is working with it. You are the magic. You are the answer. You have it all within you. If you've been searching for an answer for a reason to focus, recognize that all you are looking for is already within you. You are a powerful and magical person with the capacity to direct your intentions and will your desires into being. But your power can only be powerful when you own it. So take time to acknowledge it. Your ability to dedicate yourself to a goal and make it happen is a real gift that you are being guided to recognize now. All right. Very nice. Let's get a message from Spirit. Let's see, what message do we have to go along with this karmic relationship? Go back to the heart of who you truly are. There you will find peace. Look at your life in its entirety, acknowledge any old wounds, and then release them. Use what they taught you as added strength. Keep moving forward with a renewed sense of confidence. Okay, beautiful energy right there. So that's kind of the other thing too is, with the wounding, this is telling you to go back before that wounding happened. And again, Six of Cups with the childhood energy. You didn't have any wounding at that point. You were just an innocent child with your wonder about you. You believed in Santa Claus and the Easter Bunny still. And things were magic to you. You just didn't fully grasp everything. Then as you go through your life and you kind of take on wounding and, certain trauma patterns and stuff like that, it kind of muddies the waters of who you truly are. And now they're telling you to go back to that place where you used to be as a child with the childlike wonder without the wounding kind of overlaying your persona, and to remember what it was like in that, free kind of environment. All right. Very nice. Let's get into the next one, which is Earthed. Learning how to be human in a world, but not of it. The challenge for all souls having a human experience is to be in the world, but not of it. To realize that they are souls having a human experience and to be fully conscious of it. To have their soul fully embody their body. People's personalities tend to relate to either transcendence or immanence. Those who lean toward transcendence have a longing for the heavens and the metaphysical. They yearn for a personal experience with God and to be lost in the heavens. They're envious of the angels and are more comfortable praying and hanging out in the stars than the earth. Those who tend toward immanence have attached themselves more to earth and their body. They spend more time thinking about things in the physical world rather than connecting with the heavens of their own mystical inner worlds. Being a fully embodied soul, having a human experience, means finding the balance between transcendence and immanence, being in the world but not of it. And again, that goes back to balance as well. So now you're kind of equally dipping in one world and the other and knowing that there is a balance between the two. Most starseeds are drawn toward transcendence. They're more comfortable with the angels and the heavens. Life on earth can be more difficult for them. If this is you, you're being reminded that you chose to be a soul in a body on earth, and you're being called to focus more of your energies in the physical world to learn how to be human, a soul in a human body, fully present to what life on earth has to offer you. And it says, do you tend to long for the stars or be more in the physical? How can you find greater balance between the two? Yep. Okay, let's get some tarot for this row. All right, what do we have to go along with earthed? That's kind of why I refer to our bodies as meat suits. Like you just unzip them at the end of the day. You're like, let me get back to the cosmos. I spent my day in the world here in the 3D. Okay, we have the Queen of Pentacles. Lovely. So that is a feminine energy who very strongly has wealth, abundance. You know, she's created this for herself. She lives in luxury. So again, tying that back to somebody who is, you know, far too much head in the space, this is about, you know, coming back down to earth and making the most of it. Okay. And then we have Three of Cups, which is celebrations. So I also see that as celebrate how far you've come. You know, maybe some of us are finding that happy balance between the 5D and the 3D. And we're celebrating that because it's beautiful. There might also be other like-minded individuals because, again, there's 3 cups here. So maybe you're finding other people that are like-minded souls just like you, and you can kind of work with them on finding that balance between the 3D and the 5D. All right. And then we have the Nine of Cups. So another cup that is about, again, celebrating your victories, your happiness, your success. Okay, you've got your wishes fulfilled. Now, because there's not 10 cups, this could be a single energy. So some of you may be single, and that's okay. You're just enjoying the fruits of your labor by yourself. Okay. Let's get angels and ancestors. Let's see what we have. Okay, what message do we have for this earthed group? Oh, that fell on the floor. Okay, we have medicine guardian. Be open to healing information. Listen to what is coming up within you and what is being shared with you by trustworthy others in your life. Pay attention to healing information. Okay, yes, so I'm seeing that with the birds. Healing angels can help you heal emotionally, spiritually, and physically with their energy, but they can also direct you towards information that will help you return to wholeness. When this card appears, information is being revealed that can help heal an aspect of your current situation, whether that be your health, relationships, or even career. So be alert for this. The medicine guardian has a caduceus, the healing wand, which represents the capacity to heal with the power of will and desire, and a chalice, which represents returning to a state of wholeness, a state where your cup is no longer full but overflowing with goodness. The emerald color of the card represents the healing rays of Archangel Raphael and his healing angels. You are being exposed to information and insights that will have a dramatic healing effect upon your life. If you are working through something mentally or emotionally, know that there are spiritual energies supporting your healing. If you are working through something that is physically challenging, pay particular attention to information that's coming to you that feels inspired, insightful, and warm. It will be supportive of your wellness. Your angels are here to remind you that your natural state is one of wholeness, and you are on the road to revealing that wholeness once more. All right, very nice. Let's get a message from Spirit on this pile. It's time to hit the reset button. Clear out the old so that room is available for the new to enter. Trust that better things are coming fast. Prepare to move to the next phase of your life. This is your rebirth. Welcome this beautiful brand new energy. You've got this. All right. Lovely, lovely. Let's get over to this last one, which is Star Brothers. And I believe that was Horus. Yep. Star Brothers. Horus energy, protection, loyalty, safety, trust. You are more protected than you can imagine. It's safe to open the back of your heart. You're being called to be open to receiving a new level of support now from those in your life and from the benevolent beings that you are connected with. Through ancestral patterning, current life traumas, and past life karmic impressions, many of us have become mistrustful and suspicious of loyalty and have blocks when it comes to receiving support. We've learned that we need to go at life alone, that it's not safe to let our guard down and our heart open, that the world isn't a friendly place. The Star Brothers want you to have a new experience of life on Earth. They want you to feel deeply secure and safe. Even if you're going through a difficult time, they want you to hand over your fears to them, to see them as opportunities to let in more love. They are guiding you to stay open to receiving a greater level of support than you can ever imagine, both in this world and beyond. To call in your team of loyal protectors and supporters, both physically and energetically, they want you to learn to soften through life's up and downs and to learn to open your heart, especially when it most wants to harden. All right, that's beautiful. So again, we have support out there, and we are being asked to soften our hearts. And again, going back to kind of that mistrust and that sort of thing. So the karmic relationships can really be a doozy because, they're helping us heal that traumatic patterning. So one of the things that I heard that just clicked in my mind one day and made so much sense was, when you go through a traumatic experience, you learn things from a survival mode, which gives you unhealthy coping mechanisms. Now, once we heal past that, we're no longer in survival mode. We're now in thrive mode. And now we have healthy coping mechanisms. So one of the fears that I know people deal with, okay, is when you do go into one of these karmic relationships, because of how terrible they can be, there could be anger, there could be fear, there could be jealousy, envy, mistrust, whatever the situation is in those. A lot of times it puts us into a survival mode and we just cope through it. All right. If we ever do get out of those and get to a place of healing, we now can say, okay, I'm safe. I'm in a place where I've healed enough to get to a point where I can open my heart and be vulnerable and open up. and that we are, spiritually protected and guided to do so. So now we're in a thrive mode. We're not in survival mode anymore. We have dealt past all that. We're coping mechanisms in a healthy way, and we're thriving. Okay, so that's just kind of another way to look at those old patterns. All right, let's get some tarot on the Star Brothers. We have the Knight of Wands. Okay. So that is an offer of a passionate new beginning. And again, that could be coming from a person. You may have a person coming in your life, but that could also just be you. You're moving forward, passionately towards what it is you want to pursue in your life. We have the Lovers. So that could be a choice that you have to make. It could also signify a lover's situation coming in your life, soulmate love rather than a karmic relationship. Big difference between the two, let me tell you. You may still get mirroring with a soulmate. So don't get me wrong. It's not like a perfect, happy situation that you have to put no work into and it's completely effortless and easy. No, it's not that way. But it's more healthy. And it's usually longer lasting. By this time, you've usually both healed. And again, you're in a thriving situation rather than a survival mode. And then we have the Magician. So, yep, that is about manifesting your every desire. You have all the tools within you. You are fully capable of doing this, especially when you have help. So maybe some of you are manifesting, a lover into your life. Maybe that's what you desire for yourself. And then bottom of the deck on that one, holy cow, 10 of Pentacles. That is familial legacy, happy family all day long, but also for generations. Maybe you are building something brand new for the generations to come, and you're going to be kind of the start of that. Lovely. All right, let's see what we have for the angels and ancestors on this pile. We have Winter. Take care of your needs. Okay, where I am now, it is still winter. So the message is do everything you need to be at your best. Then move beyond your fears and limitations. For many of the animal realm, winter is the time of hibernation and retreat. You may wish to curl up in a ball too, but although you may not feel as bright as you'd like to be, a primal force within is encouraging you to continue. The winter card features a wolf, one of the few animals that stay active all year round. Wolves know what it's like to work alone or thrive within a pack. So if you feel you need to go at it alone at this time, know that wolf medicine will help you move beyond your insecurities and relax in your own space. You have an opportunity to move beyond your fears. Although you may feel in the dark, get comfortable with being in the unknown and trust that the light within you will sustain you through what may seem a challenging process. Ask yourself what you need to do to feel supported and alive. You may uncover something from your past that you have buried deep. Know that when you unearth it and shed light on it, you create space for miracles. You may feel like a lone wolf right now, but it's time for you to be the alpha. When the winter card arrives in the future position of a spread or as the last card in the reading, it can also indicate that the coming winter will usher in important energies with regard to your question or intentions. Okay, that's very true because it did come as the last card in this reading. Okay, let's get some messages from Spirit. Don't allow anyone to abuse your power or take it away from you. Remember You will be treated how you allow others to treat you. Show them that you value yourself far too much to settle for anything less than you deserve. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. And again, I am going back to this karmic relationship situation. Some of us settle into those and get comfortable and don't realize even that that's what you're doing, you know? So, what's being said here is that we are healing past these types of situations and relationships, and that we have everything that we need to move forward, and we're doing it. Okay? Now, I just want to get one last oracle here, and it is from the Gothic Oracle, and this will close out the reading for today. Okay. What do we have as a closing message for this overall reading today? All right, this one. We've got Fantasy Forest. That's a beautiful image. So it is a lady in the forest riding on what looks like an elk, maybe? That's white? Okay, let's read on that one. I don't think I've pulled that card from this deck before. All right, this stands for intuition. A woman rides a grand white stag through the forest, sprinkling the ground with sparkles of light. This majestic animal is often linked to the unseen realms, bringing messages from the other world. Here he is surrounded by nature and all of its nighttime glory. The fantasy forest is that place where we can connect with other worlds, where we can tap into our intuition or consult on our higher consciousness. This card represents the sphere in which we do it. We all rely on our intuition from time to time. For our ancestors and animal friends, checking in to their gut feelings has made the difference between life and death. If this card has graced your reading, it's time to consider how you feel. It does not suggest that you ignore logic, but rather trust in the messages that appear to come from within. Have you ever felt negatively about someone on a first meeting, only to be proven right a few weeks later? Can you remember a time when you were called to do something that defied popular opinion, but it worked out better than you'd expected? These are examples of intuition in action. Someone will call it instinct or second sight, even our sixth sense. However you refer to it, you are being asked to lean on yours right now because it has something of relevance to tell you. All right, there we go. So that again goes back to going within and doing your meditation, stuff like that. So I still keep going back to this, where it's like you've got that veil. Meditation helps you see beyond that. There might be a person in your life that's putting that veil in your face on purpose and doesn't want you to see beyond what's there. And it's your job to trust your own instincts and your own self to go there anyways and say that this is what I need to be doing. All right. So that's what I have for you in this reading today. I do hope this helped with somebody. I am happy to be here to give you these messages and guide you along the way. All right. Keep in mind that I am a beacon of light here to help guide you through the darkness, as well as your ancestors, your angels, your guardians, and yourself. You have a higher self that's the one giving you the advice. If you ever hear a voice in your head, I know that I've had this conversation with different people. If the voice is telling you to do bad things, that's not your intuition, not your higher voice. Okay, I don't know whose voice that could be, but it's not that. The voice of reason is usually your higher self. They tell you, hey, don't turn on this road today because you're going to go this way, and instead you avoid a 1 hour backup on an accident. Just different kind of things like that. They gave you a few examples in this card of when you trusted your intuition and whatnot. So think of your higher self as being the person who's telling you the stuff to do. You can also think of it as your angels, your ancestors, your guides, archangels, ancestors, whoever's out there. And they are in your corner rooting for you. So if the advice that you're being given is not good sound advice, obviously those are not the words we want to listen to. But if we trust it and we move forward with it and realize that it's guiding us towards something good, even if it means leaving something behind, that's the guidance that we should be listening to. So, anyways, thank you all for coming. I wish you all happiness, health, wealth, abundance, and as always, love. May your day be filled with all of that and beyond. And again, just thank you so much for your love and support. I'm happy to be here to give you these messages, okay? So take care, everyone, and I will see you on the next one. Bye.